backdrop? Maybe we should see back a little bit.
Can we focus on the background?
All the white really creates contrast with the poo.
I cannot feel my ears. We're going hiking today. Yeah, it is. I'm just gonna laugh the whole time.
I know. Do you want to open or do you want me to open? Hello, I'm Paul.
And I'm Laura.
And we're married. Do we want to say where we're originally from? We
We're
are from
Nebraska.
Nebraska. We are currently in South Dakota in the Badlands. This is our first stop of 49 national parks that we are going to be visiting over the next kind of 2 years, year and 3 seasons. We will also be going to 40 states, trying to see the best coffee shops there, the best record stores there. We have various interests, several hikes along the way.
Museums.
Just trying to experience life for a year to 2 years.
So we started off north, and then we're going to be heading to the east coast and down to the south, through the south in the winter, and then we're going to the
continue.
west coast, to the west.
Pacific
Is
Northwest.
that what that's called?
Pacific Northwest. Yeah.
Going back down to Utah and
Colorado back to Nebraska
yep.
for at least hopefully Christmas 2024, and then we'll see after that.
I'm rooting to go down south again already.
After Christmas or Hanukkah, depending on your views. Kwanzaa.
Okay, so how we ended up with a camper doing this. You know, back in the day when you used to like do Mod Podge.
Called a photo collage.
I don't know, but it was epic with your notebooks for school. Like that was the cool thing to do, you know?
Yeah.
I was obsessed with Urban Outfitters, looking on their magazines, and I saw one that a girl was traveling in an RV or camper van, I don't remember what. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know anything about hiking. I didn't know people went hiking. My family does not hike. They're not what we call outdoorsy.
Nature walk.
Nature
every
walks
vacation.
were great. We
The
love the
beach.
beach, but didn't even know hiking, camping existed until I met Paul and his family back when I was in high school. 5 years later, we get married, and I'm telling him how I'm kind of sad how we know how our life is going to go. At that time, we know our careers. Then I said, I kind of feel like our dreams are dying, and he's like, what dreams do you have? And I said, I always wanted to live in a camper and travel. He's like, let's do it.
Because I don't have dreams.
Stop.
My dream is to make you happy. It turned into my dream as well. Although there was a point in high school where I was like, it'd be really cool to just live out of my minivan. My mom's old purple minivan. Shout out Helen. Well,
Was
and I
epic.
definitely embraced that whole vibe.
He shouldn't have, but he did.
Yeah, so I didn't really ever like have a full out dream of traveling though, but then it was like, yeah, let's do it.
I'm a big dreamer. A few weeks later, I was at lunch at work in my normal
Probably
career
crying.
type job. I saw that there was an old Avion camper, a 1976 Avion Travelcader for sale. The guy had no idea how much it was actually worth.
Good old Dennis.
Good old Dennis. So he's selling it for really cheap.
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff.
He did a lot of damage.
He said he repaired the floors,
He
which
didn't.
just meant he nailed wood
Literally-
over the top of the rotting floors.
Literally, our dads like fell through the floor. So he didn't redo the floor.
As soon as she messaged me, though, I took off and I went straight there because she was like looking and looking and looking, just like
for months.
for months. And so this one finally popped up, and she told me, and I just dropped everything I was doing and I just took off. I went straight there, looked at it, put down a down payment. He said that 3 or 4 other people showed up that day and that they were going to buy it if I didn't.
We went to Montana, and so I actually didn't see our camper until like a week later. And then I saw just how nasty it really was.
There was a little bit of hope that we would just be able to take off the first layer. But
Not quickly.
are we gonna
Dwindled.
do a
thousands of bugs.
and the sawdust just started like squirming,
Yeah.
worms and
So many carpenter ants.
maggots and
And stink bugs,
crawling out of the hole in the ceiling,
2 dead mice.
running through the carpenter ants were just pouring out, creep in.
There was wasps all up in the wall.
He
He
picks
did.
up a can of spray paint.
Oh, I would too. I still have PTSD over those.
Yeah,
I
the
knew we
vinyl
had a
strip.
major problem. It was pretty gross.
Yeah.
We completely undid it, all the walls. We built everything from scratch. There's no contractors. Before we even started this project, I didn't even know how to use a power drill.
Her dad is really good at construction. So is my dad. He helped with all the electrical side of things and a lot of other stuff too. And her dad helped with a lot of stuff. Her dad left his print in our camper.
You really did.
Yeah.
It's a question that I feel like a lot of people have is, if you're redoing a camper, where do you store it? When we first bought it, we tried parking it at a parking lot where his dad works, and we got kicked out of there pretty quickly.
So then we were having a hard time. We couldn't work on it during the winter because Nebraska winters are cold. And in my parents' driveway, the neighborhood scouts or whatever asked us to move it there. I worked at a coffee shop, Hardy Coffee Company in Omaha. Check it out.
It's delicious.
Making small talk with one of my customers who used to work in construction. He was asking how the construction was going. I was like, yeah, we can't really work on it right now. He has multiple warehouses around the Omaha area. He's like, you can just pull in there. I have plugins. You'll be able to stay warm. And
definitely took us longer than what we expected. Well, COVID happened.
That slowed everything down.
That slowed everything down because, as you know, the prices of construction stuff went way up. So we were trying to build a camper with all the construction materials, but keep it at a low cost. And then to finish it out, then we did finish it in your parents' driveway.
Working on it at a very unhealthy rate. She had a full-time job. I was going back to school, plus also working another job. And so we would go to work until 5. We would work on the camper every evening until about 9,
10,
every weekday.
midnight.
And then every weekend, we worked the entire weekend.
Well, and we had a job over the weekend. We worked at a farmer's market as well.
For Hardy Coffee Company.
Yes, delicious. We loved it. It was a fun time, I will say. But definitely glad to have slowed our pace down quite a bit.
Yeah. And once we got to the point where we could actually move into the camper, we bounced around campsites in Omaha while I was finishing school. She was continuing to knock out her student loans, still working on it for another, I don't know, year after that. Just a week ago is about where we finally finished it. And so now, here we are. It was just turning into spring in Omaha.
Here it's snowing and it's freezing. I can't feel my ears.
Yeah, they're pink.
You're
You want my hat?
No, it's okay. You just have some icicles coming from your beard.
What we're wanting to do for this YouTube channel is summarize our trip in different phases of it. So national parks, give reviews of hikes.
We also do like to backpack and boondock. We'll definitely give reviews on or summarize our experiences with those. We'll also be visiting a lot of cities as well, so just kind of summarizing our experiences with those cities, museums, gardens, coffee shops and vinyl stores, and antiquing as well.
Reviews of different equipment, suggestions on equipment.
Life in a camper, just different stuff that encompasses what we're doing.
It really comes down to 3 things. We want to summarize a lot of our big stops like national parks and cities and coffee shops, to review whether that be equipment that we get or reviewing hikes. And the last one would just be tips on her beauty stuff, tips on survival stuff.
And I also really love nature, obviously. I'll probably make some scenic videos as well that you can watch our views, and with nice music behind it. We're seeing a lot of cool places, so it would be fun to also do those types of videos. Kind of big categories that we want to accomplish here. We'll do a van tour, so stay posted for that, I guess.
Yeah, we'll show you all through our camper and
the proud and unproud.
yeah, I think that's it.
All right, stay tuned for that next video.